let's start this fabulous flow in child's pose. So you can either come with the legs parallel underneath you or bring the knees to the width of the mat. If you open the knees, big toes touch underneath. Sit bones back towards the heels and let yourself melt forward. Walking the arms in front of you and keeping your head supported by something, whether it's the mat, your hands, or a block. Let's take a nice few breaths here. Use these few breaths to settle down, to connect with your body and your breath. Allow yourself to feel the subtleties of the openings that happen throughout the body. You may feel the lower back start to open, the inner thighs, the tops of the feet, the shoulders, the length of the spine, maybe the neck. Wherever you feel it, bring your breath to that area. Take one more nice full breath here in your child's pose. And start to energize the arms, pressing the palms down into the mat. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale where you need to, come up into tabletop. From tabletop, we'll take a few rounds of cow and cat just to get the spine moving. On your inhale, lifting the head and tail, rolling the shoulder blades back. As you exhale, engage the abdominals and curl into cat. Inhale, lifting the heart and the tail, coming into cow. Exhale, curl into cat. Inhaling, lifting the heart and the tail. And exhale, curl. Take one more. Inhale, lifting the heart and tail. Exhale, curl into cat. Inhale to tabletop, tuck the toes, exhale, gently press the hips back and up and find your downward facing dog. Feel free to be in stillness here if that's what your intuition is telling you to do, or rather, you can pedal through the feet, letting one heel lift up, the other one sink down. Whatever you need in this moment. If you're just waking up and you're doing this in the morning and you're feeling stiff, maybe pedaling through the feet is a good option for you, but sometimes you don't know until you try. So you can always try something. If it doesn't feel right, and just gently shift to the other one. Take one more nice full breath here in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the eyes, step the feet forward towards the top of the mat, lift your spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. It can be a little bit higher than what you're used to if this is the first thing in the morning. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees here if you wish, if the hamstrings or low back are tight. One more time, inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press through those legs, sweeping all the way up through vertical. Nice full inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana, bending at the hips. Let the head drop at the bottom. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, hands come down to the mat. Step or float your feet back to your plank. Take another inhale here. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Release the feet. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And we'll stay here for about 3 full breaths. Make sure the lower belly is pulling up and in so you have the longest spine ever. Front ribs are pulling together. Fingertips are pressing down into the mat. On your next inhale, lift the eyes, step or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Lift your spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press through those legs, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come to the heart. 1 full breath here with the arms. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands down. This time, step back with only the left foot. Find high lunge, and then gently lower down the back knee for low lunge. Being mindful that your front leg stays at a 90-degree angle to protect the knee. You can release the back toe or not, up to you, however your knee feels the happiest. On your inhale, bring the hands up to the thigh. Exhale, release the shoulders. Really start to energize the lower belly, lengthening the hip flexor. Nice light touch with the fingers on your thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up, small back bend at the top. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Find your way back to your downward facing dog. We'll skip the vinyasa. Nice full breath here in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the left leg reaches up and back for 3-legged dog. As you exhale, pull the thigh in toward your chest. Step the foot through. You can help it if you need to with your hand. And find your low lunge on the second side. Back toe can do as you wish. Inhale, bring the hands up to the thigh. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, small back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, tuck the back toe. This time we're going to step forward to Uttanasana at the top of the mat, a nice forward fold. You can bend the knees here if you'd like. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweeping all the way up through vertical. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold hands down. This time, step back with the right foot. High lunge to your low lunge. Make any adjustments in the feet and the legs that you need to. Inhale the hands up to the thigh. Exhale, release the shoulders. Hiya, Lokey. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat, left to your thigh, and give a nice gentle twist. We want the ribs to be away from the thigh bone. Shoulders are relaxed down. Nothing too intense. We're still kind of warming up the body. And on your inhale, come back through center. Exhale the hand down to the mat. Inside or outside of the foot, it doesn't matter. Stepping back to your plank. Vinyasa if you'd like. If you don't like, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg floats up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the thigh to the chest, step it through. Find your low lunge on the second side, helping the foot if you need to. Inhale, walk your hands up to your thigh. Oh, all the puppy love this morning. Hi, puppy love. Oof. Inhale, sweep the arms up, small back bend. Exhale, coming into the twist on the other side. So the left hand will come down to the mat, right to your thigh, gently twist, opening the heart to your right. Hi, puppies. Hi, puppies. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, Zeus. I guess he's sitting here then. Zeus, you have my foot hostage. Thank you. You just released it. All right. Coming forward now to your Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up through vertical. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. On your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Hasta Tadasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, letting the head drop at the bottom. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold hands to the mat, step or float back to plank. We will go through a vinyasa this time. Exhaling down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, scoop that belly, press it back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg comes up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, give a nice little twist here. Twisted three-legged dog. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, thigh comes in, step it through, we'll find warrior one. Back heel rotates down and in. Inhale as you rise up, roll the shoulders back, bring your hands to your hips for camel pose, exhaling where you need. Engage the abdominals, pull them up and in, tilting the pelvis so the sit bones are going straight down. Roll the shoulders back, elbows come together. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, settle a little bit deeper into the legs if you can. On your inhale, come back up through vertical. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, twisted triangle. So we're going to twist from the waist, facing the right. Left hand comes down above or below the knee. Stay there for a breath. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior one. Inhale, straighten the leg. We'll do that twist again. Exhale, opening the chest to the right. Left fingertips come down to your front shin bone. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior one. I take another inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So you can turn the ribs to the left and walk the back foot so that you get a little bit deeper into the hips. Let them open. Arms to the side. Take a nice inhale. Come up through vertical, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, hips out to your left. Right hand comes down above or below the shin, above or below the knee. Inhale, come back up through vertical. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg. Arms can come up by the ears just for the length of it. Exhale, open into triangle pose, hips to the left, right hand comes down. One full breath. Inhale, come back through vertical. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Step back to your plank. We'll move through a vinyasa. Lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, scoop that belly, press it back. Downward facing dog. Moving through to the second side, inhale the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the top knee, make it a twisted three-legged dog. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, thigh comes into the chest. We'll find warrior one. Step the foot through between the hands. Back heel rotates down and in. Press through the legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you for camel. Heel of the hands onto the hips. Roll the shoulders back, elbows together. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, get a little bit deeper into those legs. Lower belly is pulling up to tilt the pelvis a little bit more forward, if you will. Let the arms release. Inhale, come through center. Sweeping up, let the front leg straighten. Exhale, twisted triangle. Opening the chest now to the left. Right hand comes down above or below the knee. Nice long spine. Inhale, sweep both arms back up by the ears. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior one, keeping yourself square. Inhale, straightening the leg. Exhale, twist and open to twisted triangle. Inhale, come all the way up through vertical. Exhale, bend the knee, coming into warrior one. From here, we'll open up to warrior two, pardon my back. Inhale, coming up through vertical. Exhale, walk the right foot back so you get nice and deep into the hips. On your inhale, straighten the front leg. Both arms come up. Exhale, triangle pose, hips out to the right. Left hand comes down above or below the knee. Inhaling, coming all the way up through vertical. Exhale, rebend, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms float up. Exhale, triangle pose, hips to the right, left hand down. Nice, steady breath. Inhale, come all the way up through vertical. Exhale, rebend the knee, warrior two. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Step back to your plank and take a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, scoop that belly, press it back. Now you can move into child's pose here if you'd like a little bit of a break. Or if you're still feeling pretty strong and good and you don't want a break, downward facing dog. And on your inhale, lift the eyes, step or hop the feet to the top of the mat, lift your spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One full breath here with the arms. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we'll repeat some of that and add on for round two. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold hands to the mat, step or float back to plank and move through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, scoop the belly, press it back, downward facing dog. One full breath. Inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, three-legged dog. Nice twist in the lower body. Trying to keep the shoulders square. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, thigh to the chest, step it through. Warrior one. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, hands to your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper into those legs. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, sweep them up by your ears, straighten the front leg, twisted triangle. Exhale, as you twist from the waist, facing the right side of your room or space, left hand comes down to the leg. Inhale, sweep it all the way back up to vertical. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior one. One more time. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, twist. And come into your twisted triangle. Now you have another option here. If you're feeling pretty warmed up and pretty good, you can take a balance, twisted half moon. You can also stay exactly where you are. So if you'd like to take twisted half moon, feel free to shift your weight forward onto the right leg, letting the left leg float up, left hand underneath the shoulder. Now you can use a block here too, if you have one. Blocks make balances a little bit more tolerable, a little bit easier to move in and out of. Good. One more full breath. If you're in the balance, gently step it back, find your twisted triangle again. Inhale, sweep all the way up to vertical. Exhale, warrior one. Take another inhale here. Exhale, straighten the leg. Move your arms behind you and make sure you have about a good amount of space, maybe about 3 feet or a meter. So bring your hands behind, hold on to wrists, forearms, or if you have nice open shoulders, and you practice reverse prayer, feel free to come into reverse prayer. We'll move into Parsvottanasana from here. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll down. This gets nice and deep into the hamstring, behind the knee, perhaps your lower back. Be mindful here that the belly is lifting up and in and the shoulder blades are pulling together. You can look at your big toe, or you can look at your knee. On your inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, come all the way up to vertical. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale to warrior one. It's a little bit shallow of a warrior one, that's fine. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So we're going to move that left foot back. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle it back. Right knee is still tracking over the toes. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms come up. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Stay for a breath. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, rebend the knee. Inhale, come all the way up, arms by your ears. Exhale, triangle pose, nice long spine. Now you have another option here for a balance, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana if you'd like. Otherwise, you can just stay here and enjoy Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you'd like to move into the balance, top arm moves to the waist, head rotates so you're looking towards your foot. I have a block there already for me. If you don't worry about it. You can always bring your fingertips to the mat. As you shift your weight forward, the back leg floats up. We're balancing on the right foot and the right hand. If you feel good here in the balance, feel free to extend the top arm. One more breath. On your exhale, bend the standing knee. If you're in the balance, reach it back. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Warrior two. We're in warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Step back to plank and take your vinyasa. Feel free to stay here in downward facing dog, or if you need a little tiny break, and when I say tiny, I mean tiny, it's only about another breath or two, come to child's pose. Good. One more breath. If you're in child's pose, find your way to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Make it a twist, bending the knee, rotating the hips. Nice full breath here. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, thigh to the chest, step it through, find your warrior one. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale where you need, bring the hands to the hips, finding camel position. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, sink into those legs and lift the heart up towards the sky. We're going to take those burps out. On your inhale, come back up through vertical. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, sweep them up by your ears, straighten the front leg. Exhale, twisted triangle, open the chest to the left. Right hand comes down to the front leg. Stay for a breath. Inhale, sweep it all the way up through vertical. Exhale, bend into warrior one. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, twist and open to twisted triangle. Now you have the same options here. You can stay in the twisted triangle, or if you'd like to move into twisted half moon, feel free. Shifting your weight forward, bringing your right hand under the right shoulder. Back leg floats up. Try to maintain the twist in the waist. If it feels good for you, you can extend the top arm. One more breath in the balance if you're there. Move your eyes down to the mat. Soften the standing knee. Reach the foot back. Find your twisted triangle. Inhale, sweep it all the way up through vertical. Exhale, bend into warrior one. Inhale, straighten the leg. Bring your hands behind and hop the back foot forward just a little bit so your stride is a little bit smaller. Hands come behind. Wrists, forearms, or reverse prayer. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll down. Parsvottanasana. One more breath here. On your next inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Come all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, bend into warrior one. It's okay if it's shallow. Walk the right leg back and find your warrior two. Boop, 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 boop. Left knee tracks over the left foot. On your inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up by the ears. Exhale, triangle pose, hips to the right. Left hand down to the shin bone. Inhale, come all the way up through vertical. Exhale, rebend the knee, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms up. Exhale, move into your triangle pose. Same option applies on this side. If you'd like to stay in triangle, then feel free to stay. If you want the balance, take the hand to your waist, the top hand to your waist. Start to shift your weight into the left foot. Left hand comes under the shoulder for half moon balance. If once you get there, you feel pretty secure, feel free to extend the top arm. If you're in the balance, take one more breath. Soften the standing knee, reach the right toes back, gently come back into warrior two. Inhale if you were in triangle pose. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Step it back to plank. And move through your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose, your choice. Take one more breath here in your child's pose or in your downward facing dog. Find your way to down dog if you're not there already. Inhale, lift the eyes to the fingers, step or hop to the top of the mat to lift your spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. All the way up to vertical. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Good, we have one more round to go. Let's take a breath before we start. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold hands to the mat, step or float back to plank, and move through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One full breath. Inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Make it a twist, bending the knee. Now if you'd like to, you can flip your dog here. Taking the right foot down and back behind you, releasing the right hand, lift the hips and heart to the ceiling. Go ahead and flip back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, bringing your hands to camel. Hips are being as straight down as possible. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften into those legs. Inhale, come back up through vertical in the ribs. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, twisted triangle. Heart to the right. Left hand comes down above or below the knee. Perhaps now you feel a little bit more open. Maybe the hand can come a centimeter or two down the leg. Or maybe you have even more space than that. It's all good. Wherever you are today is exactly where you need to be. Now, if you'd like to take the balance from here, if you did it the second round, if you did it last time, do it this time. Shifting forward. If you haven't tried it yet and you want to try it, go for it. And if you fall down, no big deal. It's why this is called practice. You need to know where your boundaries are. If you're in the balance, one more breath. And exhale, gently lower the foot down. We'll find Parsvottanasana. If you have a block there, just gently move it to the side. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, bring the hands behind. Hold on to wrists, forearms, or reverse prayer. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll down. Nice steady breath here. On your next inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Come all the way up through vertical. We'll add a balance in here. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Coming into tree pose. Shift your weight forward onto the right foot. Bring the left leg along for the ride. Outwardly rotate the left leg, only the thigh bone. Don't let the hips shift. Then find your connection. Foot around the ankle, around the calf muscle, or if you have more openness in the hips, bring the foot to the inner thigh. That top foot presses firmly into the standing leg. Just make sure it's not on the knee joint itself, above or below it. Find a calmness here in your breath, even if your body is working like crazy. You have an option here. If you'd like to extend the arms up overhead, feel free to do so. Any shape of the arms is good. Fingers touching or not, bent elbows, straight elbows, whatever shape you'd like to make. Don't worry, that was just a firecracker. That's how the locals get rid of the monkeys here in Sri Lanka. They don't hurt them, they just scare them. And if the arms are extended, gently bring them back to your heart. Flex the top foot so the toes peel off the leg. We're going to keep the leg outwardly rotated as we're going to move into Warrior Two from here. So gently lift the foot off the leg. This activates your hip flexor. Start to reach it back. My torso balance is coming forward, bending the standing knee. Reach those left toes back. And find your Warrior Two. Settling in. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms float up. Exhale, triangle pose. We know this flow, we've been here before. Inhaling, coming up through vertical. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, triangle pose. Now, if you'd like to take half moon, feel free to. Top hand comes to the waist, shifting your weight forward. Fingertips come underneath the shoulders to a block or to the mat. Back leg floats up. If you feel good here, top arm can extend upward. If you're in the balance, gently soften the knee, reach the toes back. Find your Warrior Two. If you're in triangle pose, just gently come up and find Warrior Two. Heading on from here. Inhale, rotate the front palm. Exhale, lift that hand up and back, reverse warrior. Remember the chin stays to the armpit. Eyeballs roll up to the fingers. Inhale, come back up to Warrior Two. Exhale, bring your hands behind, interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, humble warrior variation. So we're going to bring the shoulder to the inner thigh. Your head goes up towards that front left diagonal. Let the head lower and the arms come over for a stretch. It's okay if the hips move back behind you a little bit. You'll definitely feel this in that right leg. You may even feel it in the inner thigh of the left. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, release your hands down to the inside of the front foot. We'll move into lizard pose from here. So the back heel flips up so that you're squared off to the front edge of your mat. And gently lower that knee to the mat. So you're in low lunge. Then walk the right foot over to the right edge of the mat if you're not there already. Flex the front foot, outwardly rotate so you're swiveling on your heel, and then gently lower the foot down. Now you can use your blocks here if you'd like, bringing them under your hands, and you can stay upright for lizard. For some people, this is intense enough, and this is actually sometimes the most intense that you can do for your body. but I'll share with you a couple other variations. You can also lower down onto elbows on your blocks or on the mat. Now, sometimes what happens is one elbow will reach a little further than the other. This is 100% normal. I see this happen all the time. It has to do with the right hip, the tightness in there. So if you have one elbow that's higher than the other, just support them as they need to be supported. No worries. Good. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Good. One more full breath. If you're folded forward, inhale, lift the head, come up onto hands. Exhale where you need. If you have blocks, just gently move them to the side. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, high lunge, and then grunt your way back to your plank. Press it back to downward facing dog. Grunt if you need to. It's all good. We're working on our throat chakra when we do that. Vishuddha. Feel free to pedal through the feet to help release that out gently, kindly. And then if you'd like to, you can take a vinyasa. If you're not interested in the vinyasa, just stay in down dog for about 2 breaths. Cool, now we get to do the whole second side. Inhale the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, make it a twist, twisted 3-legged dog. Nice full breath here. And flipping your dog, top foot gently falls behind you. Release the left hand, lift the hips and the heart. Nice back bend here. From here, gently flip it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, warrior 1. Inhale as you rise up. Bring the hands into camel position. Exhale, settle down into your legs. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift it up and back. Camel pose. Inhaling, bring the ribs back up through vertical. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, sweep it up, straightening the front leg. Exhale, twisted triangle. Opening your heart to the left. Right hand comes down towards the shin. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Coming to a squared position. Exhale, warrior 1. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, twisted triangle. Opening to the left. Feel free to stay here or come into the balance, twisted half moon. If you're balancing, top hand can come to the waist. Shifting your weight forward into the left foot, right hand comes down. Try to maintain the twist in the waist if you can. Back leg is nice and active. Use that hamstring and glutes to lift the leg. Arm can be extended or not. Good. From here, we'll make our way to Parsvottanasana. If you're in the balance, gently step it back. If you're in triangle pose, just gently inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your hands behind. You can adjust the back foot as you need so that you have about a yard or a meter of space between, about 3 feet or so. Hands come behind, wrists, forearms, or reverse prayer. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll it down. Parsvottanasana. On your inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, coming all the way up. Exhale, release the hands to your heart. We'll move into tree pose. Shifting your weight forward onto the left foot. Bring the right leg along with you. Outwardly rotate the right thigh. Find your connection around the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Wherever that foot lands on this side. And it could be different than the first, as our hips have different personalities. Press the palms together firmly. Nice strong energy through the center of your body. Let it shoot right out the crown of your head. And if you're feeling pretty good and secure here, and you want to extend the arms overhead, feel free. Again, any shape will do. Make sure that the shoulders stay away from the ears. We want space there. We want length there. From here, gently bring your hands back to your heart if they were extended. Making our way into Warrior Two on this second side. So flex that top foot, lifting the toes off the leg. Keep the leg outwardly rotated. Remove it off the inner thigh. Start to move it backwards as you do your torso counterbalances. Bend the standing knee and find connection, back foot to the mat. And ease on into your Warrior Two. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms float up by your ears. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, come all the way up through vertical. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, floating up through vertical. Straight leg, arms by the ears. Then exhale, open up into triangle pose. Now you can stay here, or you can move into half moon. If you move into half moon, for the transition, bring the top hand to your waist. Shift your weight forward, left hand, left foot. And let the back leg float in the air behind you. Nice strong energy through all your limbs, through your torso, pulling the front ribs together. No matter which pose you're in, all of these things are important. If you're in the balance, take one more breath. And gently find your way back into your Warrior Two. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhale, settle back into your warrior. Inhale, rotate the left palm. Exhale, reach it up and back. Reverse warrior. Chin to the armpits. Eyeballs roll up to the fingers. Nice softness in that front leg. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior variation. Shoulder to the inner thigh. Let your head come to the forward right corner of the mat. And the arms float over for a stretch. On your inhale, lift the head. Exhale, release the arms to the inside of that front foot. Coming into lizard pose. Back heel flips up, so you're in high lunge. Gently release the back knee to the mat. You can let the toes go too. Then walk the left foot to the left edge of the mat, so you have a little bit more width from right to left. And then flex that foot so you're on your heel. Outwardly rotate from the thigh and then place the foot back down. Taking your variation of lizard pose. As a reminder, you can come up onto fingertips or up on blocks and be upright. You can choose to fold forward and come onto your elbows, any level on the blocks or all the way down to the mat. Whatever works for you today. It might be different from yesterday. It's all good. Take one more nice full breath here. And inhale, lift the head, come all the way up onto the hands if you're not there already. Exhale where you need. Tuck the back toe, come to high lunge. And here we go, grunting it back to plank and downward facing dog. Very gently pedal through the feet. Or do what you need to help release those hips out, but treat yourself kindly, move slowly, listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it again. Good. From here, just gently lower down the knees and take child's pose. Feel free to bring the arms wherever you'd like them to go. You can keep them extended out in front. You can bring them under your head. You can even bring them back by your heels. If you're not used to doing so many downward facing dogs, And sometimes it's nice to bring the arms back and just let the shoulders slump and go. If it doesn't feel comfortable to have your head lower than your heart, and sometimes that happens, feel free to make 2 fists, stack them, and then bring your forehead to the hands. Every once in a while, my body doesn't want to be in that upside down position in child's pose, so I'll move into this position instead. Feel free to do whichever variation is the best for you. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's so, so, so true. All right. Let's wake up out of this child's pose, gently lifting the head, and come up onto your knees. Now we're going to move into camel pose on the knees. Since we've done it so much in the standing variation, we're going to do it again, but in the full variation. Okay, so to set up for camel pose, we're going to be up on the knees. If you need a little extra cushion underneath your knees, then either arrange your mat so that it's tri-folded and you can bring yourself up onto it, or if you have a towel or blanket you want to place under your knees, feel free and do that now. You'll also need a block if you have it. If you don't worry about it. We can figure it out without a block as well. So once you're all situated, come up onto your knees, about hip width apart. Now, if you know you have lower back issues, or you know that you get compression or little bits of pain here, you can open the knees just a little bit wider than the hips. Not too far. We don't want to be in a center split. But when you open the thigh bones a little bit more, it relieves some of that compression on the lower back. Okay. With that said, if you're using a block, bring it between the heels and squeeze the heels against the block. Bring the hands to the hips as we did when we were in Warrior One. Roll the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press the hips forward. This helps to open even more. Now be mindful of the neck here. Try not to let it drop back. Either keep it long, or if this is uncomfortable on your neck and throat, then bring the chin to the chest. You're still getting a nice opening through the chest and the front of the body. But on your inhale, come up through vertical. Exhale, let the arms go for a moment. We'll go into the next round. Now feel free to repeat exactly what we just did with the hands on the pelvis. The next step would be to bring the hands to the block behind you, but doing so without letting the hips move backwards. So here's what I mean. Hands back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge. Move those hips forward. Let the shoulders roll back. Now, if it's available to you, you can reach the hands and try to find the edges of the block. Tight shoulders or a tight chest will restrict this movement. So don't be discouraged. Just keep working on it. Keep breathing. Keep the abdominals active. It's going to be challenging to pull them up and in, but do the best that you can there. On your inhale, chin to the chest. Walk the hands up to the hips. Exhale, release. You can let the arms go. And feel the feels. If you have sensation back here, then let yourself feel it. If you have sensation in the front here, then let yourself feel it. It's okay. It won't last forever. It'll pass. All right, so one more round. You can repeat any of the other 2 rounds that we just done. The third round brings the hands back to the heels. Now, you can also bring your hands to the mat behind the toes. Let me do this first, though. We'll go to the heels first. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, easing into your camel. If you're going to the heels, start by going to the block first. Then see if you can walk the fingertips down to the heels. Lift the heart, open the ribs. Keep the belly pulling up and in. Try not to grip the glutes too much. A little bit is fine. Now, if this is too intense, you can bring the hands back a little bit. Without the block there, of course, because it'll block you. Haha, the block will block you. So this is another viable option for camel. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult on the legs. And all I want to do is sit there. Okay. So to find your way back up, walk your hands up. Where's my block? There it is. To the hips. Yeehaw. And just gently sit. You can sit on a block or directly on your heels. And let that spine just neutralize in its own time. You can take breaths through the belly. And this does help to expand the lower back too. encouraging it to relax. Good. We'll move into a very gentle twist here. Not moving the hips, just moving the spine. Take a nice full inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. You can bring the right hand to your lower back or the mat behind you as long as you don't lean back. Gently inhale, come through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come through center. Exhale where you need to. Gently remove the blankets, the towels, or unfold your mat. Come up onto your knees. Remove any props out of your way. Find your way to your plank pose. I'm going to stay here for a couple breaths. If you prefer to come onto your forearms, if your wrists aren't happy here, feel free to come to your forearms. Now, if you see here, I'm rocking a little bit my weight forward and back. This challenges the core, challenges the shoulders just a little bit more. Plus, this is not a secret. I find plank to be very boring if you're just there in stillness. So I like to put a little movement into it. Inhaling as I shift forward and exhaling as I go back. Good. From here, gently lower the knees. Walk yourself forward and have a seat. Pop. Let the legs come out in front of you. Yay, we're seated. This is always a sign that we're going to cool down. Moving into Paschimottanasana from here. Getting yourself nice and comfy so you feel your sit bones on the mat. If you don't, use a block underneath so that you can feel your sit bones. You don't want to be tucked back. You want to be nice and upright. Inhale the arms out in front of you. As you exhale, scoop the belly and start to fold forward. Let your hands hold on to whatever you can reach. And allow yourself to fold forward. Now the engagement of the lower belly here helps to protect your back. We don't want to overstretch the lower back, as you will not be happy later. But be very mindful, feel the feels in the lower back. A little bit of stretching sensation is good, is okay, but we don't want to go too far too quickly. And if you're super open and you want to come all the way down, feel free to. If you want to stay upright, if you're a little bit tighter, do what you gotta do. One more full breath. On your inhale, lift the head. Exhale, gently release out of the pose. Okay. We're going to take the right leg into a cradle position. So opposite hand to foot. And then hold on to the outer knee. If you're more open, you can bring the foot to the crook of the elbow and cradle it like a baby and just gently rock from side to side. This helps to open the rotator muscles in your hips, the IT band a little bit, gives the glutes a little bit of massage. All good for the hips. And from here, we'll bring this into Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana. And what that means is half lotus with a forward fold. So the heel comes as close to your hip as you can manage, and it's okay if it's down here by the knee. If your hip is not happy or your knee is not happy, then bring it down. It's totally fine. Now, no matter where the ankle lands here, it will land on your thigh muscle, and it won't feel good. The ankle creates a trigger point on the thigh, and this is an energy line, and it helps to release it. So don't fear, it will get better with time. The straight leg stays straight, heel down, toes up. Inhale, sit up nice and tall through the spine. If this is intense for you, then stay here and just breathe. If you want a little bit more or are desiring a little bit more intensity, start to fold forward over your legs. Now you want your sternum to be in line with the shin bone as best as you can, or the thigh bone of the straight leg. You may feel sensation in the lower back here, as well as the hamstring, the hip, the knee, etc., etc. One more nice full breath. Good. Inhale, lift the head, walk yourself back up to vertical. Exhale where you need. We're going to take this lovely right foot and we're going to bring it so that it's touching the inner thigh. I'll turn so that you can see for Janu Shirshasana. Yeah? So both my hips are down on the mat. If this is high, it's totally okay. You can always bring a block for a little bit of support. Again, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, give a tiny little twist, sternum in line with the thigh, and then exhale, fold over the leg. And you can go as far as your body wants you to go here. Be mindful here that your ego is not taking over. Lower belly is still engaged. Good. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, gently release. So we're going to do one more thing with this leg. Take the ankle and cross it all the way over now. So the foot is all the way over to the other side, and feel free to roll it around. We'll take seated pigeon from here. So the hands come behind you. You're going to step up that left foot, and you should be feeling this already. Yeah. If your hips are really open, you might not. But if you have tightness here, you'll feel it in the rotators even more. Now lifting the chest up over that right shin bone. If you want more intensity in the seated version, then you can move your hips forward, moving your left sit bone closer to the left heel. Nice and active. Be careful that the shoulders don't sneak up by your ears. Keep the spine long. Keep the arms and shoulders active. And this top foot can do what you want. You can flex it. If that doesn't feel good, you can try relaxing it, or pointing it, or Barbie footing it, whatever you need to do. I like to play with my feet a lot. Scrunching them, pointing them, flexing them. Good. From here, if your hips are close to your heel, gently scooch them back. Let the bottom leg extend out. Bring your feet about hip width apart, mat width apart is probably a little bit better. And then gently windshield wiper from side to side. This helps to release the hips. And come back through center. Let your legs extend out in front and give them a little shake. And we do everything now with the beautiful left leg. So, taking the leg, cradling it, either holding on to the foot and outer leg, or bringing the foot to the crook of the ankle and gently rock, cradling from side to side. From here, come back to your center and come into Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana. I just like saying the Sanskrit sometimes. It's okay if you don't know what I'm talking about. Half lotus with a straight leg. So let that ankle dig in wherever it's going to dig in. Heel as close to the hip as you can manage. Sitting up nice and tall. If this is intense, stay here. If you want a little bit more, feel free to walk the hands forward and start to fold over the straight leg. Now remember, each side is going to be a different adventure. We have different tightnesses from one side to the other, and it's okay if it's not symmetrical. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale where you need. Let's take the foot into Jahn Ushasana so it touches the inner thigh, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, twist so that the sternum is in line with the thigh, and then start to fold forward. On your inhale, lift the head, coming all the way up. Exhale where you need. Let's take the ankle now. We cross it all the way over for our seated pigeon. Hands come behind. Step up the bottom foot. Chest lifts up and over that top shin bone. And then see if you can move your sit bone closer to the heel. Only if it's available. Your body will tell you right away if it's too deep for you or not. One more nice full breath here. If the hips are close to the heel, gently scoot them back. Release the legs. Bring them about mat width apart. And gently windshield wiper from side to side. Good. Come back through center. Feet flat. Move the hips forward so you have enough space behind you to lay down. And gently lie on your back. All right, so So coming flat onto your back, if you happen to have a ponytail and you don't want it to be poking you in the back of the head, then go ahead and remove it. Messy hair, don't care. And bring your heels towards your sit bones. A good gauge is to have your heels touching your fingertips. However, if you're someone who has shorter arms, you may never touch your heels, and that's okay too. You want to check and make sure that the heels are underneath the sit bones. If you lift and you can't really see your feet, generally speaking, as long as they're not touching, you're in a good spot. Okay. So press down the feet. We'll move into bridge pose. On your inhale, tuck the pelvis, roll up onto your shoulders. Once you're up here, tuck the shoulder blades underneath, interlace the fingers, press the arms down into the mat. If you can't interlace down here, if they don't quite reach, then just press the hands down into the mat. Now, if you can go a little bit deeper and you want to, you can hold on to the ankles, but also make sure that those shoulders are tucked underneath. One more breath. Gently release the hands, untuck your shoulders so they're nice and open, and gently lower the hips down to the mat. Don't move your legs. Take a nice full belly breath. Now we've done a lot of back bending since we went through camel in Warrior 1. We went through camel on the knees. So we'll only do one more back bend here. And you have your choice. You can do bridge, which is what we've just done, or you can move into wheel pose. If you want to move into wheel pose, bring the hands up by the ears. Now, I need to widen my feet a little bit here because of the compression in my lower back. If you know you have that issue too, then go ahead and open the feet just a little bit. Heel toe them a little bit wider than the hips. And the first step to move into bridge is to inhale and lift up onto the crown of the head. Now it's a nice light touch on the crown of the head. I'm really pressing through my legs and my hands. And if you can go further than this, then you press up. I need to bring my heels up to release the pressure in my lower back. To come down, gently lower, tucking the chin to the chest, and then roll through the spine, nice and easy and slow. Don't move the legs. Nice steady breath. Again, let yourself feel the feels here. If you went into full wheel pose, it can be quite a sensation through the back. And the arms. And the belly. Oh heck, the whole body. So just let everything relax in its own time. When you do feel ready, open your feet up to the width of the mat and bring your arms out to your side to a T. Gently windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Move slowly, move mindfully. It helps to exhale when the knees fall to one side. Inhale as they come through center. So try to find that coordination of breath once again if you've lost it. And if you do find a spot that's super tight and you want to stay for a full breath, feel free to do so. Gently find your way back up to neutral. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Just a nice gentle hug, and give a little rock from side to side here. And moving into happy baby from here. So bend the knees, make sure they're open roughly 90, a little bit more than 90 is fine. Then open up the thighs so that they're the width of your torso apart, flexing the feet. Reach up and grab the shin bones, the ankles, the feet, or if you like yogi toe lock, feel free to do that. If you want to give a little rock from side to side here, feel free. This is wonderful for the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the hips. And this also serves as our inversion. If you'd rather go into shoulder stand and you know how, feel free to do so. But in this pose, our feet are higher than the heart, So it does count. From here, gently bring the bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. Let the heels sink down toward your pelvis. So the arms and the legs kind of hang off of one another, and you're still in this butterfly position. Make sure your head is supported by something. If you're curled up like a ball and you're holding your head up, that probably doesn't feel so nice. So bring a pillow or a block or something underneath your head for support. From here, we'll move into reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you do have something underneath your head, gently remove it. Allow your feet to float down to the mat. Keep them in that butterfly position. And your hands can rest wherever you'd like them to rest. Eyes can close as we're settling down. And gently let your arms release out to the side if they're not already. Oh, hi Lokey, sorry buddy. And move into your Shavasana, allowing your legs to extend long underneath you, roughly about the width of the mat apart. Let them fall to their natural rotation. Let your eyes close and take rest. We'll stay here for about 5 minutes. If you find that your mind is a little overactive, the thoughts shooting through at the speed of light, we're not trying to get rid of them, but maybe slow them down a little bit, or distract yourself from the many millions of thoughts. So let yourself count your breath. Doesn't matter how you count it, just a nice gentle count. Start to deepen your breath. Find energy in your fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles, slowly waking up the arms and the legs. And extend the arms up overhead by your ears. And gently bring the legs together underneath you. Nice long body. And give yourself a nice long stretch. Big yawn for the body. And from here, pull the knees in towards your chest, holding on to the legs. Give a gentle rock from side to side. From here, roll onto your right side. I'll be your mirror image. And use your arm under your head as a pillow. Gently press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes closed and hands pressed at the heart. Take a few moments here. Check in with your breath, check in with your body. Maybe give a few moments of gratitude, something you're thankful for today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Thank you for practicing with me. If you liked the class, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And be sure to click the bell for email notifications when new videos are released. Let me know how you felt after doing this practice in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, if you have a request for a specific focus or tutorial, please ask in the comments below. Please share this video if you know someone who might enjoy it. Be well and remember to breathe. See you next time.